What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Just Grizzlies. I am joined by Brandon Clarke now. Oh, my phone's ringing as soon as we start. No, I'm just going to turn that off. Brandon Clarke, your Gonzaga Bulldogs are headed to the national championship. Obviously, that Final Four game was so freaking good. We saw you watching with Killian and with Jaren. Where was Kyle?
I think he was in his own room watching, angry.
You guys didn't talk about it? Like, there was no, group text? You didn't want to watch it together?
I invited him to, but I think he was kind of maybe on the phone with his people, or just I don't think that he was wanting to watch it with Zag fans. I think that was it.
You think he knew that they were going to lose?
No, but I just don't think that he wanted to watch it with us. I think he just wanted to watch it with his little or just probably not with Zag fans.
Okay, tell me your thoughts on the game, because obviously that's going down in history as one of the best college games ever.
I mean, Gonzaga played well. They didn't really play their best. I mean, they were having a hard time on the boards. They were, they had some pretty bad turnovers. They were having a hard time guarding too. But I feel like they just had players, though, that were so great that they were able to figure out a way how to win still. And I think that's what kind of separates this team from the other Zag teams in the past that have lost. I think that they just have some great dudes, just like Suggs and Timmy and, Corey, Joel. Like, they got guys that are just kind of made for the moment and made to, be the guy that can, make a really tough play for them when it counts.
Brandon, you're not going to shout out our fellow Canadian when you shout out other players?
I mean, it was just 4. There's a bunch more that I can shout out, but Andrew is having a great season, a really great tournament. I'm really proud to see him out there as a Zag, and it's been really fun watching him play. I wish that I could have played with him at some point, but I'm a really big fan of his game, and I think that he's a really great player, and I think that he has a really bright future.
Okay, this is probably the most obvious question on the face of the planet, but when you were on the podcast, like the full-length podcast just a few weeks ago, you were like, hey, Gonzaga's undefeated. They're going to win the national championship. Now they're going into the championship game. Do I have to ask? Like, you don't have Baylor.
No, I don't have Baylor. You're right.
Okay, cool. An actual question, though, Brandon. You've been playing in the NBA now without fans for, almost the entire season. Or little to no fans, depending on where you are. The NCAA thrives off of those college student sections and the fans. How do you think it affects that game?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, college games have always, the fans have always been a really big part of it. It's definitely weird now because I think back to my games in the tournament, and the fans definitely played a huge role in the tournament, just being a bit more crazier, really. It was just always super, super loud with the fans in there. And that's just kind of something that's been missing. And it's just an added element to the game that makes it more fun to watch and more fun to play. But yeah, it's probably weird for those kids in college. I mean, because that gym would have been very, very loud. Especially after that shot yesterday, the gym would have been crazy loud. So I mean, hopefully next year we can, have some of those same moments, but with fans in the game, because it just makes it so much better.
Okay, my last question for you. Obviously, when Jalen looks back at his college career, that shot, or that game really, the block and then the shot, is going to be a highlight of his career. What is one college highlight that you are proud of from your time at Gonzaga?
I'll say my block on Pons versus Tennessee. That's probably my favorite one, just because of how crazy the block looked. And, I think back to I used to probably think that was a, number 1 block in Gonzaga history, or if not number 1, number 2. But now I'm not sure, though, because Jalen had that block with, I think, 2.5 minutes left in the game. And it was just such a clutch block and such a tough block to make as a point guard. So I'm probably going to give him the, number 1 spot, if not number 1, number 2. And I'll just rank my block after that. But, I would say my block was probably my favorite, but Jalen's block was even more crazy to me.
Wow, the fact that you're putting him above you, that says a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, that's all the time that I need from you. Thank you. And, hey, go Gonzaga. I was wearing a Gonzaga shirt yesterday, and I thought of you because I was
Good.
like, let's go.
Good.
Zag.
Thank you. Go Zags.